Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of Jangro's Modded Minecraft. We're playing in Valhelsia 5. We're working on a factory for Immersive Engineering. I've got these bricks behind me, Clinker bricks, treated wood, create windows. We're going to build a factory with this and automate the creation of most of these materials with Immersive Engineering. So stick around. All right, taking another look at the book, we're going to do some building in this style and use some of these materials. We need bricks, these clinker bricks, which are made with clay and nether bricks. Since we need to get into the nether, we need a portal over here. So let's just make this small mineral melting furnace, which is going to give us lava. And we need lava because we don't have a diamond pickaxe to get obsidian. So we're just going to build a portal in place with lava and water. And so it needs some power, which we have power with our solar panel here. To make this, we need 1 bucket of lava. So I need to find 1 bucket of lava somewhere. And these metal bars and some panzer glass, which is glass and metal bars. So we've got some sand, some glass with that. Need a little more sand, bucket of lava from somewhere. Oh, that portal, that broken portal. Let's head over there. Let's make a boat. And heading over to where that broken portal was. And all we need is 1 bucket of lava, and then we can make as much lava as we want. Is there no lava here? Gotta be some lava tucked away. No? I don't think I've ever seen a broken nether portal with no lava. Well, there's some lava up there to the north. Oh, it's another portal. Yeah, we still needed some sand. Okay, put the glass in there. Just need a fluid barrel. Panzer glass, which is blast-proof glass. More batch of metal bars, and we have our melting furnace. And we'll put that right here next to the power. And so the way this works, you can't open it. It takes stone, and you just right-click with the stone. It likes diorite, according to the book, the best, but I think any stone block will do. You can see now it is working away. It's first going to make a magma block. And looking up at the top where it says 1 diorite, out of power. You make another solar. Need some redstone and quartz. Ah, here it is in my backpack. We can do this now. So we need a block of redstone. 1 more solar panel, and we'll put that one right next to it over here. Ouch. Touched it by mistake. Don't do that. It apparently gets quite hot. I want 1 more solar panel. I'm going to make a 4th one. We can move chests with the carry-on mod. And we put the 4th panel right here. All right, it worked. It turned into lava. Well, we can pull the lava out with the bucket. And now we can put more stone in here. There we go. Now we can make a portal. Bucket of water, 1 bucket of lava. And we'll put a portal right over here. Oh, the diorite turned into cobblestone, then magma block, and then lava. Second obsidian. Go to bed. Need sunlight for our solar panels, and I'll be back when I have the portal built. All right, we're almost there. And with 4 solar panels, it actually doesn't take very long to make a bucket of lava. And we are almost there. Got our portal. Flint and steel. All right, let's go in. We are in a flesh biome with mosquitoes everywhere. Oh, this is nice. A warp forest over there. That's nice. At least this is awful. Here's some quartz. Forest flesh. And we need netherrack. We're going to be using nether bricks for our first build. Maybe we should make a flesh house. Oh, blood. Oh, we must have hit a vein. Okay, that's 2 stacks. Oh no, oh no. Let's get out of here. Crimson mosquitoes are awful. Okay. Let's make some nether bricks. Some more clay bricks. And what we want to make is these clinker bricks. They're made with nether bricks and bricks around a brick block. So we start with this. And then we can make this. There. Now we have these clinker bricks. We can start to build structure with these. And they look just a little bit better than regular bricks. A little darker, they have more color and texture to them, but we can mix those up even too. Okay, so I'm going to take this creosote, like treated wood, like this, and combine this treated wood with these clinker bricks. Start to work on an industrial build here, but it's going to take a lot of gathering of bricks and clay and making more treated wood. But thankfully, we've got our wood generation here. All right, I'll work on that some more, and then I'll be back. I messed around a little bit with the clinker bricks. There's these recessed clinker bricks and brick blocks. Made some treated wood planks with all the creosote I've been making. You can convert regular wood planks into these vertical planks. So, you know, it's just kind of a facade just to get a feel what this might look like. It's just a start. It's pretty cool. This door's neat. This old industrial wood door from Engineers Decor. Nice looking door. I am annoyed by all this creosote oil, and I'm pulling it out 1 bucket at a time. So let's build a tank really fast. If we take a look in the Immersive Engineering book, the tank looks like this. It's basically 4 high hollow with a solid top and 1 on the bottom between 4 treated fence posts. The book's pretty cool because it gives you this list of required materials if you hover over this question mark. And we'll just tuck a tank right here. Let's see if we can do this from memory. I made a bunch of these iron sheet metals. Remember how I made too many iron sheets? Well, that turned out to be not a problem. And so it's going to be 3 hollow. And a solid. I think that is the tank shape and form. And I think I used up my hammer completely. I need a new hammer. I need string. Here we go. We got some string here. But have we got any iron? I turned all my iron into iron plates again. All right, I'm going to have to go mine some more iron really quickly. All right, we've got a few pieces of iron here and we can make the hammer now. It is this. Now, if we go hit this tank right here, turns into a big, cool looking tank. I have shaders. Shaders work a little weird sometimes, and I can seeing through the tank here is one of those instances. All right, now we need a pump, which is this right here. Need another iron mechanical component. Do we have another one of those? Yes, we do. Excellent. So there's our pump. Just some more plates, some pipes, and fluid pipes are just 4 plates. We're going to need the pipes to connect this stuff and a lever. Pumps are cool because they don't need any power to pull stuff out of our coke oven. So if we put the pump here in front, the bottom of the pump already has input. So that should just work. We run this pipe up here like this. Now we just got to put a redstone lever on it. Coke oven has 12 in it. And now you can see it's pumping out. And you can see it filling up the tank very slowly. This holds like 512 buckets. So our tank has just a tiny bit in there. You can barely see it at the bottom of the window. Now, if we come over here with an empty bucket, we can just pull, I think we can just pull oil out of this thing. Yes, we can. Here we go. Now our coke oven will not stop until the coal coke is full. And we can just put a hopper underneath it to get the coke out of there. Okay, so I did a little work off camera. Here's my concept for the factory. What do you think? We've got these clinker bricks here. Sandstone ornated clinker bricks are really cool. I love that look. I'm using Create windows, spruce windows from the Create mod. Those are really easy to make, really cheap, just glass and spruce. Integrated the coke oven in here. I added a hopper under the coke oven. The coke comes out there now, and the creosote still goes into this fluid tank. I did not finish this. I ran out of resources and got overwhelmed by all the crafting. Before we continue and finish this off, I definitely want to set up automation, and that's what I'm going to do next. We're going to continue on with immersive engineering. There's other mods in this pack that would make it much, much easier, like mechanism. Pretty much takes over a lot of that stuff. Plus, applied energistics too for the auto crafting. But I think it would be fun to automate the full production of the factory and other things that we're building around the industrial theme with immersive engineering. Just a couple other things that I've done. Farm, industrial hemp, which we're going to need lots of for crafting different things in immersive engineering, and our chicken farm. We put factory hopper in here, so it sucks up all the eggs that these guys hatch. And between the wheat and the eggs, I'm living on egg sandwiches, which are really good food from Farmer's Delight. Really cheap 2 eggs. We cook the eggs in the furnace and combine 2 eggs with 1 piece of bread, and we get an egg sandwich. Look at that saturation. That's a good food source right there. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to craft everything and get the machine set up, and I'll come back and on camera will automate the whole thing. So lots of machines, lots of automation, and minimal crafting for you to watch. And I've done quite a bit of work inside this factory. Let's go take a look. So I built a lot of machines. Show them all to you. Our goal here is to automate the production of these clinker bricks and treated wood, all the stuff we need to finish building this factory. And by the end of the episode, we're going to have this factory built out, maybe roughly. So what is going on here, though? In order to run all these machines, we need power. You can see all the low voltage wire running around here. Everything's low voltage so far. There's medium and high voltage in immersive engineering, and we've only got low voltage here so far. We've got water wheels, 3 water wheels here. Best if you build the water wheels, just some tips here. Build all 3 of them before you put any water on because they'll connect together. And the max you can do is 3. The way power works is you've got these connectors and relays, and connectors go put power in and out of powered blocks. So this kinetic dynamo is what gets the power from the water wheels, and it puts the power out through the relay, which can have multiple wires connected to it. And this is an interesting block right here as well, this feed through insulator. This is actually one block. You put any block down, connector on each side of it, and right click with the hammer, and it will make this single block. You can break it, place it, and it will allow you to put power through a wall. So that's a pretty cool thing. Over here, we've got a windmill as well. So windmill is kind of fully powered. It's got the fabric sails on it. You can make a windmill without the fabric sails, but it will spin less fast and won't produce nearly as much power. So this is kind of a full powered windmill going here. It also goes through a kinetic dynamo, which has a connector on the back, sending power over here to this relay. If we run over here and go up, oh, and check out these metal rung ladders from Engineer's Decor. Really cool. You look straight up and down when you're going up and down the ladder, you go really fast. And my last power supply are these thermoelectric generators, and they work on a differential between hot and cold. I'm using uranium blocks for heat and packed ice for cold. Blue ice is actually colder. That's the maximum you can get out of this, but I don't have any blue ice, so I'm using packed ice here. They just passively generate power because of the differential here. If you have them surrounded with 2 of each, you get the max power. So this one's not, yeah, I'm missing a uranium block right here for this one. I've also got a LV accumulator, which is basically a battery. So this gets power in here and out on this side. If you look at it with a hammer in your hand, you can see the inputs and outputs are configured. If you click, you can change the connection. Blue is input always in immersive engineering, and orange is out. So this is just putting power out, back, down into the system here. All right, let's sleep, and then we'll take a look at some of these machines. Okay, the first machine I want to show you is really where you get started. The coke oven is the true start, and then the crude blast furnace is what you make. And these are all multi-blocks, and the way they work is you just take a look at the book and check out the, like the crude blast furnace right here. It tells you what kind of materials and what it looks like, and there's always a highlighted red block that tells you where to hit with the hammer. There it is right there, which is one of the side center blocks. Break one of these, it breaks the multi-block, put it back, craft it again. Alloy kiln makes things like brass and bronze. This is the improved blast furnace. I break this, I get its materials, which are these reinforced blast bricks, which are the blast bricks with a sheet of steel. You can just take that apart, turn it into this after adding steel to the pieces. Right click with a hammer and you get this really cool looking multi-block. These preheaters speed it up. Those aren't multi-blocks. You can just craft those. They need power to work. The improved blast furnace is, first of all, much faster. And second of all, you can automate it with inputs and outputs. Inputs on the very top, outputs right here. And I think in the back, there's one. You can't automate these kind of primitive furnaces and kilns with hoppers. Definitely want to get yourself an over to an improved blast furnace if this is going to be your source for steel. You also get slag out of this, which makes for some pretty cool building materials. All right, now to make those sheets, we have the metal press over here. And we use the metal press to, in this case, make sheets. It depends on what press you have in here. There's lots of different presses. And so we have this one set up for sheets. And this one's set up for wire, a wire press. And you can make these presses with a blueprint for all the different press molds, packing plates, rods, wire, bullet casing. And so we can make some steel sheets right here. Now this has a extracting conveyor belt coming out, and it's got power on it, so it's not allowing the stuff to come out. So when I hit this, it lets these ingots come out and turning them into iron plates. Now, I'm doing double duty with this barrel. This is going to make copper wire for me. Every machine has a red dot on it. You put a lever on it, or a redstone signal will stop the machine from working. Here we have our copper wire coming out here. So these extracting conveyor belts are pretty cool. These are the conveyor belts from Immersive Engineering. If you stand too close, you'll pull items off of them. If you make a scaffolding version of that, it's kind of in a cage, that will keep from stealing items off the belt. Over here, we've got a crusher. Crusher is a pretty cool multi-block that does, crushing of, cobble to gravel, gravel to sand. You can crush metals, things like that. So we've got it set up to crush clay, which we're going to be needing for our brick production. So if I this is a noisy one, so I have a switch on it. If I just let one out, goes in there, crushes it, and comes out here. It's a really good crushing ratio for clay. You get 4 per block, which is more than other mods. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else? Over here we have an assembler. And this is how we make our treated wood planks. And so there's oak planks. This is the recipe. And it has a tank in it. And I need to get some more creosote in this thing. It's empty. That's connected to this tank and our coke oven, and pump that pipes the creosote in here. Let me grab some coal and put it inside. Put some coal in here. We'll talk a little bit more, and we'll have enough creosote to watch this work. But basically, like I was saying, it uses the creosote oil or any liquids in these tanks that act like a bucket in these recipes. Let's turn that off because we're going to be doing some work on it. We don't want things to go through it too soon. Here's a sawmill, another noisy machine. Again, these are all multi-blocks. So if I break this thing, this is an interesting one because it has extra pieces to it. So this is now in its block form, and this is how you craft it. Again, you take a look in the book and put the pieces together and hit up the red block in the book, which is this one right here, with a hammer. Lever came off when I built it. And now it is ready to go, except it needs a saw blade. A saw blade is something you craft out of steel plates and steel ingots, so that's pretty expensive, right? So what you can, and it takes damage, so you use it, but you can put Eternal Stella on it. You're in a mod pack with Forbidden Arcanus in it, and get an eternal saw blade, which will never wear out. This is probably a pretty good use for Eternal Stella. And here's the saw in action. It's a 2-stage process. It sends logs through. Let's go grab some logs from our tree farm over here. We'll watch this thing work. Grab this here. All right. And we put this in here. And stuff comes out. It's an amazing animation. It starts with the logs. The logs get stripped. And then they get turned into planks. Turn that off. So we get planks coming over here, which we'll capture in a barrel and then send it down into the assembler. What we want to do next is make another assembler. Just wanted to show how to how to kind of craft one of these things from scratch. So we're gonna make another assembler, and we're gonna put it right over here. And the pattern for the assembler, heavy machine assembler, looks like this. It's a 3x3. I think I can remember how to do this. You can pause it, go through the different steps, see how to make this thing. It also gives you a question mark over here. If you hover over it, it shows you what the required materials are and if you have enough, which I do. So let's make this thing. It's like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Redstone, redstone, light engineering block. I think another one here. 3, 1, 2, 3. These are iron sheet metal blocks. Put slabs here and iron sheet metal right there. It makes that kind of that shape right there. Now, this is important. We have to put the conveyor belts down. They have to be going in the proper direction. And now I want this to be the output over here. So it's going to be going out. And I'm going to be putting one here. That's going in. We take the hammer and we hit the input side. Oh, there we go. We've got an assembler. Let's sleep, and then we'll put that thing to work. All right. So now this assembler we're going to use to make our clinker bricks, which is this thing right here. And the pattern looks like this for the recipe. Plus, now it's giving me this one with just bricks. And there's also a version of this with nether bricks, which looks like this. Nether bricks are easier and cheaper than regular bricks, and we need a lot of those as well. And we also need this regular Minecraft brick block, which is this one right here. Click on it, move the items in, and we tell it to recursively use the ingredients so it doesn't spit out the ingredients that it needs to make kind of the last level one, which is this one right here. So if we send regular bricks and nether bricks into this machine, it's going to craft these clinker bricks for us. All right, so now let's put down some places right here. We'll put a barrel here, so these things are going to output each into these barrels. Okay, now over here, I've got some more materials that I need for this project, right? It's notably the conveyor belts. So I'm gonna have the conveyor belt go here. I'm gonna put another barrel kind of in the middle of this process. And we're gonna put one of these extracting conveyor belts right. Shows you what direction. It's just like I can, there we go. Put another conveyor belt here. And one here. So now these things are, stuff's gonna come out of there and go through the assembler. Looking here, we've got some creosote collecting at this point. So we've already got some stuff in here. We can just turn this on and it's gonna start to use up the creosote oil and make our treated wood planks. Now, you need belts to take this stuff. Now this will automatically put that into that barrel, so we're all set there. Take a lever. We can put it right here on this block and we can stop the extracting from happening. Now, we need to fill this up with bricks, nether bricks and regular bricks. A small electrical furnace, which comes from Engineer's Decor. Rotate that. Orange is output. And the way this thing works is holds on to things, by the way. So that's why there's some nether bricks here. And once it's powered, oh, and it's got a hopper right here. Hopper allows it to pull things from an adjacent inventory. So if we put barrel right on here, now this hopper causes it to automatically extract from an inventory. Otherwise, we'd have to use one of these extracting conveyor belts to pull it from this barrel, down the road, put it in here. Okay, so now we need to put the connector on here. We need to power it from somewhere. Relay right here. We also need to, that's working. Got one here. Go. So now our assembler is powered. Is he filling up with power? Our small electrical furnace is powered. Once it's working, it should spit those bricks out. Not sure why it's not spitting the bricks into here. We need to move it back 1 block. Oh, there it goes. Interesting. So it needed a belt to pull it out, not just directly to the assembler. Even though it looks like there's a belt there, it needs a belt. All right. We learned something there. All right, we need the connector back on here. We're going to power this thing up again. There we go. Oh. Now the clay is going to come out of here and go into that barrel right there. So this way, this way, this way, and now right click with a hammer, it changes its orientation. Make it go up 1. So now the clay is going to come out, go up into this barrel, go into the furnace. We can also put nether rack in here. It'll cook that too. Come through here into the assembler. This is the end point right here, this barrel. And in the other direction, we are putting logs in here, going through our sawmill, through the assembler that's going to make our treated wood. All right, so let's watch this thing work. We'll turn on our crusher. We'll let the clay comes out as clay balls, comes through here. They are getting fed into the electrical furnace. I spun it around for a second and confused it, but it's back again. The bricks are getting smelted. You see how fast it is. And they're heading into our assembler. Now, as these things collect 4 of them, we get bricks assembled. And it holds on to them because we have this recursive use of ingredients. So here's our brick production. Pretty neat. It's also pretty quick. On the other end, we're going to get really noisy here. We turn our saw on. And now these things are sending these planks into this barrel. Now this is going to go fast here, but let's take a look. There's nothing in this barrel. We've got 5 whole buckets. So we're going to get 5 times 8 vs treated wood. I haven't turned this on, so now this stuff is collecting in here. You can see it. Now if we put this lever, treated wood comes out of the assembler. So we're now getting Clinker bricks and treated wood planks. In order to get any more Clinker bricks out of this, we're going to need to put some nether rack in here. A lot of room. All right, that is all of the machines except for this one. This is kind of a teaser because this one's not working yet. This is an arc furnace. And the arc furnace is a amazing, super powerful machine that basically is the next tier of steel production, and it makes steel really fast. It also does lots of different things. It's got all sorts of recipes that allow you to multiply ores. So pretty neat. You can also recycle with it. So you can take armor, any metal, like 78 of these recipes. It's basically a decrafter. And you get ingots back for these things. Iron chest plate, you get 8 iron ingots. Shovel, you get 1. Pretty neat. But it doesn't work. We need a lot of power, and this is not enough power to make it work effectively. I think it'll, it's plugged in, it'll work, but it won't work very fast. It'll use up the power very quickly, and it won't work. It processes massive amounts of items, puts the output here, but it needs something in these 3 slots, which is some electrodes. And those fill these 3 slots here, make the connection. And you can't just easily make electrodes. We'll do that in another episode. We need to go find an immersive engineering villager to find a blueprint to make those electrodes. If you're here wondering how to make these electrodes, you can make them in the metal press. Well, in here with this blueprint, with this HOP graphite ingot, and you needed to make an industrial squeezer, which I do not have, to make that stuff. Turn off that saw. All right. I hope you agree that Immersive Engineering is a pretty cool mod. One of my favorites. Really cool to look at. Lots of big machines, multi-block structures. Very cool. To wrap up the episode, I am going to build the rest of this factory after this creates enough clinker bricks and treated wood for me. And we'll be right back for the final reveal. All right, we've just about finished the factory. You can take a look at it. I finished the roof. You can see that. We've got 4 of those sawtooth on there. I got continued the window pattern around the side. You've seen the front mostly. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I left the other 2 sides mostly plain because we're expanding in those directions with some power out that wall. And I think we're going to go backwards to add more machines to this factory and warehouse here. So yeah, we've got all these machines in here. Catwalk around the outside, kind of a second level there. Oh, these lamps right here are Immersive Engineering powered lanterns. And I believe they keep mobs away for a larger distance than just normal light. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, there we are. I think that's going to wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed this factory build and a pretty deep look at Immersive Engineering. I certainly did. I love this mod. Very cool. We're going to continue that and more in this modded Minecraft series. Keep up with that. Please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Where should I go next? Until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I appreciate you.